Here's Mark Haney.
And welcome back. What do you think of that new music, Candy?
Wonderful.
I am here with Candy Jackson, Mary Kay, entrepreneur extraordinaire, and we are going to be talking about her business and how she's built this empire of sorts. But I think you're going to find from talking to Candy that you'll have that. There's a lot of people out there that think, should I start my own business? And I think she is living proof that you can too. So Candy, welcome to the show. Tell me about your business. Tell me about your Mary Kay business, how you got started and what you're doing.
Thank you. I got started about 20 years ago when I was introduced to this by a lady coming to the door with a small order for my daughter who was in high school. And when I saw her and met her and I asked her a little bit more about her business, I found out that this company was very value driven. And I was working for a big corporation, Bank of America, as a vice president in the HR field. And I knew I was adding value, but I really felt I wanted to do it through entrepreneurship, but I didn't know where to begin. And going out on your own is kind of scary.
Yeah.
And then I found that Mary Kay had this support system that you're still independent. You can have your own business and go as far as you want. And when I talked to her, I just thought this could be for me. And so I thought I would give it a try. And how do you know if you don't try?
Yeah.
And so I went ahead and gave it a shot. And my family was excited and scared at the same time.
Yeah. What were they scared of? What were you scared of?
Well, because we just moved from Oregon to take on a big job with the Bank of America.
Yeah.
And I was making great income. And so now I'm going to start this business for $100 and try to make that income. And they thought it was kind of crazy. But they soon learned that this was really a value-driven company, that when you have the support of the golden rule as your main way of doing business and serving others, and then to be able to say that, you know, we put God first, Mary Kay, the career second, and family third. That was Mary Kay's principles 52 years ago. And it has driven our company all the way through these 52 years to success. And I wanted to be part of that. So I gave it a shot.
And you mentioned the golden rule, and you mentioned that you're really not alone as a Mary Kay business entrepreneur. Explain that to us.
Yes. So when you come in, you are an independent beauty consultant, and you can advance up the career path as fast as you want. And at the same time, you have a lot of people around that have been where you want to go. So, you know, we say we become like the people we hang out with. Mm-hmm. And these women were positive. They were everything from college grads to high school grads to Harvard grads. And I saw everything in between. And I saw that they were positive and they were earning a great income. I was able to surpass my bank income. And I was like, really? Okay, let's give this a shot and just help serve women and really help them feel better about themselves. And one of the things I just have to say that really was one of my main purposes is I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. I have 3 kids, wonderful husband, but I needed a vehicle that I could make good money to prove that I could be home. And this is recession-proof. It's something that women will use all the time. And it was just like, okay, reorders will come in and you can build a team if you want. And the best part of it is that watching a woman come in as a tight rosebud, like I was like, I don't know if I can do this, to wait, I just need to find one person that will say yes. And when that one person says yes, your confidence grows and all that small thinking gets stripped away and you start to think bigger and then you start to dream bigger. And then, you know, it's unlimited. Mary Kay created that environment for us. So we're independent, yet we have the support of anybody at any time.
And we have a mutual friend, Carrie Meyer, who has helped out so much with our businesses and with this show specifically. And I know she's chasing her Mary Kay dream right now. What would you say to people out there like Carrie that are on the fence that, like, gosh, they've maybe got that hesitation and they just decide, you know, they're right in the process of deciding what they're going to do next?
Mm-hmm. My advice would be to follow your heart. Because when you follow your heart and you do the things that are in there and reach out to people, one person at a time, one woman at a time. I used to have this expression I'd say every morning on the way out the door that, Lord, just lead me to the women that need more and that have something that we can help. So when success being that you find a need and fill it, and to keep that in mind that it's one person at a time that you're going to talk to and network with, and they will lead you to their circle of influence. And that's what I'd recommend to Carrie is just start with that next person. reach out to one more person.
And Mary Kay is cosmetics related products that typically it's women customers. But what's with the pink and the pink car? What I mean, as a guy, I don't understand some of that stuff. What is all that about?
I love that. And it's funny because when I first started, I thought a pink car. I can't drive a pink car.
Do you have a pink car?
I've had 7 of them. Yes, and it is awesome. And all I can say is that Mary Kay wanted something that would just be special and set apart, that people would recognize as, oh yeah, there's the Mary Kay consultant in town. And so to drive that pink car, my husband calls it tan, and but when he drives it, he's always asking for more business cards. So it's a trophy on wheels, but it really represents the lives of the women you've been able to impact, because when we change a woman on the outside with the innovative products that we have in skincare, I thought, oh, that sounds so simplified. Like, what's that mean? But really, when you do change the outside of a woman, you change her on the inside. And all of a sudden, she starts to dream a little bit more, and she starts to act better around her family and friends. And Mary Kay had this expression that, when you change the woman from the outside, and help to change her on the inside, her self-esteem rises. She's going to treat her kids better. She's going to treat her family better and her husband. And when you change the makeup of the family, you could change the neighborhood. And when you change the neighborhood, you can truly change the schools and the community. And that is really something I'm so passionate about, helping families and children grow up in an environment where they can have be an ordinary person, but live an extraordinary life.
Changing the world, providing an opportunity for women to become entrepreneurs where they didn't really understand that that's what they were destined to do in their lives, and doing it under the brand of Mary Kay, and such an inspiring story, and it gives me a lot of hope. I'm trying to inspire entrepreneurs as well, and so I want to thank you, Candy, for sharing your story, and I know that Mary Kay has helped so many people, and all I can say is thank you, and I'm impressed, and I think we're working on the same path.
I think so.
Thank you very much. And as we kind of close out this segment, I want to thank Candy for being on the show. I want to thank Mike Paris for joining us on the show. I think they had great stories, inspiring, making us believe that maybe we can do it too. And I want to thank our sponsor, SSI. I haven't really spent a lot of time talking about Surveillance Systems, Inc., but Surveillance Systems, Inc. is an integrator of high-end security systems with a focus on security cameras and the video surveillance piece. And, as the the security industry has gotten a little bit more attention over this last several weeks with the Paris, the terrible things that happened in Paris, and with what happened down in San Bernardino. So the security industry is probably under a little bit more of a spotlight as we look at that. And I guess, our business is focused on high-end retail and on the gaming industry, on casinos. So my business partner, Todd Flowers, who is a rock star and runs that company, he has, and he's very, very hands-on. And so I've been talking to him a little bit about, their business and what the differentiations are. And what he does and what SSI does is they do state-of-the-art video surveillance systems where I think in years past people have wanted to put up a security camera system just sort of to kind of almost as a deterrent. Hey, I'm going to put up some security cameras, maybe a sign that says, hey, I have closed-circuit TV, almost as a deterrent. But now things are really changing. People are knowing that we want to have security cameras because we really need to protect our patrons. We need to protect the mall. When you go to a Kings game or you go shopping, you want to feel protected. And that phony fake camera or that 15-year-old camera system, that thing that you kind of slapped up, do it yourself, is really not what people want. People really want security more today, and they expect video surveillance as a piece of that security. And so if you're a business out there that wants to have something that's state of the art, license plate recognition, facial recognition, motion identification, all the bells and whistles. I can tell you that the guys over at SSI, we do high-end video surveillance cameras with thousands and thousands of cameras. We specialize in the state-of-the-art stuff. So if you're interested in something like that, don't be shy about reaching out to me. I'll connect you up with Todd and his very capable, very technical team, and we can make sure that you're keeping your business very secure, and more importantly, helping keep doing your part to help keep our community safe. So coming up after the break, I'm going to have some closing thoughts about building jumping outside of your network, right? Jumping outside of maybe even outside of your comfort zone a little bit, and figuring out where the walls of your network end and where the relationships begin on the other side. I'm Mark Haney. You're listening to Entrepreneurs Unlimited on Sports 1140 KHTK, streaming live, podcast, and YouTube at haneybiz.com.
Once again, here's Mark.
Closing thoughts about venturing outside your inner circle. As an entrepreneur, I still believe that the majority of our time should be focused on our inner circle. Our family, our friends, our key suppliers, our customers. But it is worthwhile to venture outside your inner circle, even if it's outside your comfort zone. And I believe that making hundreds of friends is a miracle, but there's no miracle like making one friend that would stand beside you against 100. That's really the true miracle.
You bet.
And so I'm kind of a shy guy, even though I got a radio show. My wife said, we go to a party, she says, "Oh, don't be the shy guy tonight." And I am that way a little bit, and I have to come out of my shell. But I want to tell you a quick story about a time where I ventured outside of my comfort zone. I went outside of my circle. So I'm in and it paid off a little bit in the end. I went at an industry event, meet somebody who I would have never expected to marry in a way, and he was a competitor. I jumped outside of my comfort zone and had one of my competitors come up and start just talking to me.
And this is when you were in the security business.
In the security business, right? We had the second largest security distributorship in the country, and the owner of the largest company in that same space came up and, "Hey, how's it going, Mark?" It was right after 2008, so the financial crisis had happened and so on. And or it was before that, actually, when I first met him. And, we kind of saw each other a few times around, and I knew his son from a trip that I had spent in for Panasonic in Japan.
While you were networking.
While I was networking, yeah, in Japan. We have a little R&R. But anyway, so we're at a trade show in Vegas, and I'm walking down the hallway after getting done working out. And this is when I decided I'm going to go for 2 workouts a day, okay? So I'm walking down this long corridor, and coming up the corridor, it's like a 100-yard corridor, I could see these 2 guys walking along, and I'm like, that could be Steve Roth and his son, right? The largest guy, right? So, and he had done all kinds of big successful things in the security industry. And as we're passing and getting closer, didn't know him very well, but I realized that was him, and they were talking to each other, and we passed each other, right? And I kept walking down they walked to the health club, and I walked to the elevator, and I'm like, am I going to push the button and go back to my room and get cleaned up for the show? No. You know what? I'm going to go back and talk to that guy. I want to get to know that guy. So I run back. They didn't really notice me. So I run back and I jog up, and I'm standing next to him to sign in to get in the health club. And they're like, "Hey, how you guys doing?" And acted like I hadn't seen him before. And we talked. "Mark, how are you? Great to see you." And I signed up and I did another workout. So I'm working out side by side with the guy, doing my second workout. I guess I wasn't sweating too much initially. But anyway, doing that second workout, and we got to talking. And we ended up exchanging some cards and emails and so on. And the next thing you know, we're talking about a merger. We're talking about putting the number 1 and 2 independents together to create the dominant independent distributor in the security industry. And so we ended up closing that deal. And it was of significant size. That company now has got sold a few more times and is the largest security distributorship in the world. And we now purchase from them out of our security company.
Right,
but anyway, you never know. Jumping outside your comfort zone does sometimes pay off in the end. We did a 1 + 1 equals 3 kind of transition. And it all started with me sucking it up, coming out of my comfort zone, not being the shy guy, working out 2 times that day, which I don't mind doing anyway. And I guess I would say to all you entrepreneurs out there that are thinking about jumping outside of your comfort zone, let me help you. Let me help you. That's what this show is all about. If you are a motivated entrepreneur, I want to meet you. If you are on fire about building your business, if you eat, sleep, and dream your world of building something, I need to meet you. And if you are one of those guys that says, you know what, I am going to change the world, I'm telling you right now, I got to meet you. I need to meet you. So there are certain people out there that are going to change the landscape of Sacramento. Mike Paris is one of those guys. I want to meet the Mike Parises of this world. You call me. You call Marcus, get in touch with me, and we will do this thing together. We will change the landscape of this community together. So God bless all you guys that are taking the risks out there, going the extra mile, working the 15-hour days, whatever it takes. You know what? You guys are the guys that are making it happen, and I want to be by your side. So God bless all you guys. God bless America. Never above you, never below you, always by your side.